Let's go to see the stars and the moon. I'd fly far into space as long as I am with you. The light in my bright eyes when you're near. The fluttering I feel in my chest when you are here. I can't explain this kind of love. It pulls me to you, I want it, I can't get enough. So share this precious life with me. Just take my hand and let's enjoy the things that we'll see.
Hello and welcome back to OzCatch World Cup 2019. I'm Elux, joined by my wonderful co-commentator, Frigibo. How's it going, man?
I am good. Excited for this match. How are you doing?
Oh, well, I need to get slapped awake about 100 times, but I'm doing alright. We got a really good match going on today. Philippines versus our defending champions, China. Frigibo, what do you think about this, Matt?
I think this is going to be a little bit challenging for Philippines, especially seeing as China once again this year have been very strong with all their matches. Keeping several teams scoreless as well. So this one's going to be a real task.
Definitely, China is never a pushover with players like Dust and Crystal. They always do amazing no matter what map you put them on.
And their roster remains incredibly consistent. And they've got some really good players from previous years, Kalyanet, Nagi. Sakurano Karimu has been on almost every team as well. Been very few changes to China's roster over the years, and it's really paid off for them several times.
Hey Crowley, how's it going? Crowley saying hi to everybody in Twitch chat right now. We start up our first warm-up map. It is Curtain Call, mapped by Rakma. This is a more challenge-based map.
It's like we're
Usually
going.
all Rakmas are.
It's like we're going for some full-on warm-ups instead of meme practices. But things are a bit more serious this week, and the stakes are a bit higher.
You would think so, but Pierce Crystal is playing some dodge the beat there instead of actually warming up.
Of course, he's looks like he's caught something though. He is dropping that act back down.
And
He's down to
look at-
0.16 act.
Jeez,
Kalyanet's now playing as well.
Dusk, it's a warm-up. Come on. Dusk and Roido popping off at misses, but hidden on this map. What are you doing,
More
Dusk?
players. It's like our client has. What just happened to Roido?
I'm not sure. I thought I was just hallucinating from being tired, but I guess you saw that too.
You've got the caffeine stockpile.
Well, I am on my second cup of coffee this morning, so I should be waking up here soon.
I've got the energy drinks. A bit of a Kyle drink.
And it appears that Crystal will be finding a 3 combo. Unfortunate for him, he could not get that perfect 0 score.
Looks like in terms of acts forward and reverse, Roido seems to have taken that one.
Please, please, China, don't do this to me. I'm already tired as it is. I don't need to fall asleep while commentating. Please, no sleeping time song.
This one's a bit more upbeat. I've got Konu version of this one, but not the Cradness version. It's like we're going all serious warm-ups this week, at least.
See Roido deciding that curtain call was enough of a warm-up for him as he is dropping out.
But this is the perfect time for players to go and practice one or two of those shorter maps. Just anything they feel like they need to practice on a little bit more. thinking this one might be difficult for the Philippines because, as far as I know, they do share quite a few strengths in terms of what they play. When a lot of teams are compatible on the same mods and types of maps, I feel like it goes a lot one way. So you never know. The power of God and anime on my side.
The power of God and anime on your side. Well, I'll tell you what you don't have. You don't have the Hanok Gang on your side from yesterday. That's what you don't have.
Yet anyway.
Speaking of, if you failed to catch some of our matches the other day, we got our first unseeded team in Oz-Catch World Cup history into the top 12. Brazil, an unseeded team, made it to the top 12 the other day.
Brazil, massive underdog game. But they have a surprisingly strong team for an unseeded team as well.
Oh yeah, and they faced another unseeded team, Sweden, which also had a really strong lineup for an unseeded team. Come on, Philippines. Get your third player in order. We're here to catch some fruit. Not pick eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
As Momo's a part of the China team now. It's going to be 4-on-2.
Momo getting called out by Crowley here for trying to betray the Philippines. So as our second warm-up map gets underway, get your role predictions in the chat. Who do you think's gonna win? China, Philippines? Who do you think's gonna get the higher role? Who do you think's gonna win overall? Kuijibo, what do you think?
I think, if I had to guess, maybe Philippines. I feel like Roto might have been practicing roles earlier. But,
maybe that's why he dropped out. He might be
he might be
all that
practicing
number.
his roles right now. And of course, Duskin here throwing in another hidden play. Time to roll, get those practice rolls in. Plus he pauses like halfway through the song and just fails to use the chat bar.
That is correct, Steve-fan. Roles are very serious. You thought that we were competing against the maps. No. It's all about the roles. See, in Oz-Catch World Cup, we don't compete with the actual map rule. It's warm-ups, then rolls. That's the entire match.
That's the big one. I'm thinking rolls might be a bit low today though. I'm thinking maybe Philippines 32, China 19.
Whoa, you're thinking that China is not gonna get a high roll? What's this?
I think Philippines can take the rolls here. I'm rooting for the underdogs for this role.
I'm gonna go the
Pretty
opposite
decent
on
combo
that
again.
one. Dusk. Again, what are you doing, Dusk? It's a warm-up. You don't have to make them suffer. But I think it's gonna go the opposite with rolls. I think China is gonna get a decently high roll. About gonna go 68 compared to Philippines 32.
So Philippines is the variable that doesn't change here.
It does not change. No, I mean, what do I know? I have been wrong. I've been wrong on every single roll prediction so far. Not just numbers, but which team wins and loses, so.
And I've guessed them all 100% accurately so far. A single roll has been guessed wrong yet by myself.
And with me, it's literally amazing how wrong I can be.
We got Amateur Monkey, Philippines 65, China 12. 44.89, 62, 29. So low roll at 29. Now, Philippines with the suspense roll.
Harnessing all that
Building
power.
up the tension game.
Just like a spirit bomb. Just building it up. Just hopefully this spirit bomb doesn't take like 12 episodes to build up.
That's a short season right there.
Not just Roido is rolling for a number, he's rolling his IQ, and it's 60. I'm wrong again. Philippines wins it. I'm wrong again.
65-29, just as I predicted.
You were right, Philippines. Philippines wins the roll. And I was wrong yet. I was wrong yet again.
Roido pulling out the big game.
Shoot, if I'm this consistent with being wrong, then let's see how consistent I can be with the math rule. Crap.
Think about it though. If you're wrong 100% of the time, almost a Schrodinger's roll, because if you were to guess something under the impression that it would always be wrong, if you made your first guess and then changed it to your second, then they would both be wrong. There has to be one correct out of the two.
Dude, it's too early for me to think about stuff like that.
I almost lost myself in that. So, looks like the first ban is going to be Cyber Thunder Cider.
And China breaking everybody's hearts here, wanting to ban Reversible Daw and wanting to pick Mint Tears.
Oh, yeah. Mint Tears is the pick.
So far, it seemed that almost every single team has been wanting to play Reversible Daw, or at least has not banned it yet. But here comes China, just being the odd ones out.
And it is quite a popular pick, and I'd say it's fair game for both of these teams to sort of throw one another off on it. It would come down to that slight miss here.
Well, who would have guessed China starting off with the hidden pick as Dusk was warming up with hidden? Who would have guessed that?
Like it's been scripted as insurmountable odds.
And it seems that that Boonray was telling Crowley to stop being on Google and looking at anime girls while they are in a tournament match. Boonray, don't you know? Crowley has the power of God and anime on his side. He needs to harness that power to win.
That's why you use dual monitors. Girls on one side and then your game on the other.
Sage advice by Krijibo here. As we start off our first map, it's Boonray, Roido, Crowley on Philippines versus Dusk, Crystal, and Nagi. Here we go.
If you have 3 monitors, you can have one either side. In the middle.
Boonray.
And Crystal will be our first miss for China.
Boonray finding an early miss being offset by Crystal. Now Crowley and Roido. Crowley, you good there, man? This isn't warm up. The match is actually starting. Everyone
Roido
dropping.
and Crowley dropping.
Everyone dropping. No full combos left in the map.
Crystal now does have the slide advantage at the moment, and they've got the combo advantage right now too. Crystal is gonna drop again as all of Philippines hit that 100 combo, but no one's above the threshold yet.
And Crystal is gonna be
miss
dropping
again.
Crystal, what's going on, man? This is not like you. And Boonray finds a drop. And Roido. That's going to be combo advantage.
Back into China's favor.
And Crowley's going to drop, and that is going to all but seal this first point for China.
Guess so. They're just way too far ahead now. The only thing that might bring anything back into Philippines' favor would be a fail, and that's the end of the map there. China are going to take the first point. The hidden paying off.
Despite some uncharacteristic drops by Crystal there, China's going to take that first point 1-0. Going to take that point by 261,000.
Yeah, Roido had his nerves get the best of him on that one, and very understandable during this stage. Hopefully he can get those under control, because they can really mess with your mindset going into certain picks, especially if you end up throwing a few points.
And it seems that Roido is a bit nervous. And same with Boonray. Crowley, I don't know what he was doing. He missed and then stopped and missed some more.
Score v3 soon.
Score v3 soon. Hey, right now we're on score v2, Electric Boogaloo, okay?
Is it throwing a game if you dodge the beat at 0-5? It depends on if it's in the script or not.
Quijibo, actually, if you go to page 92 of the script, it says that it will... I mean, what? You weren't supposed to hear that.
Yeah, no, that's next week's script. It's on page 92.
Oh, that's right, that's right. We're on page 68 today, right?
I don't even know. Manuscript.
Philippines, Roido choosing Chinoiru.
I mean,
The Hollow Wings map.
I
Time
wouldn't
to
say
die.
it's throwing.
32.
You're technically still trying. You're just trying to dodge the fruits rather than catch the fruits.
Nagi wanting to know if Motion is watching. Motion, if you are in the Twitch chat, please report to the principal's office.
Rude
We have a
indeed.
student wanting to talk to you. Motion to the principal's office. We have a student wanting to talk to you.
Scripting banned in Osu.
Now, Wilmat, what type of scripting are you talking about?
I've never heard
I-
this so-called script.
Whole lot of gang stuff, E-Fan. Whole lot of gang stuff. You don't even know what kind of gang stuff is in that script. Here we go. Second map of the match. Boonray Roido staying in for Philippines as Momo's coming in for Crowley. Dusk Crystal staying in as Calumet comes in.
See, so Philippines going to no mod. Looks like we're it's quite interesting.
Since that hidden map was a bit slower on the AR, they might be wanting to stick with slow AR as Momo finds one miss and then followed by another miss. That is
Probably
gonna-
better to get
and
this
a
myth out of the
China.
way now, though.
And Boonray finds a miss. That is full advantage for China, as Roido is the only one with a full combo left on the side of Philippines.
China holding 2 SSs and a 99.8 from Calumet. Currently, for China's side.
Momo finally coming back to that 200 combo threshold as we wait for Boonray to reach it.
Momo
And
gonna
Momo-
miss again.
That is something you do
Dusk
not
misses
want to
too.
happen. Ooh, Dusk miss. That's going to alleviate some pressure on Philippines, but they need to hope for a few more misses.
Calumet gonna miss too now.
Momo found another miss to trade that one off, though.
This is starting to look a bit better for Philippines. Maybe they can start to take this back, as it's one combo above 200 to 2 combos. Philippines can hold their combos. Ooh, Momo gonna drop though. That'll cause a bit more trouble now, as Momo is behind the other two, dropping again. This is where the advantage comes back into China. As Calumet is above 200 now.
Crystal, the only one with a double S right now. Not the only one with a full combo, though, as we see Roido still holding that full combo on the side of Philippines. Triple miss from Philippines! That is all but gonna shut out this point for them, unless we see a fail by China, as Crystal finds a miss.
Looks like not going out of this with any FCs, but the single miss from Crystal from the looks of things, he's well put in the work to keep China off.
Momo missing that last. No, but it's not gonna matter. It's 2-0. China's favor.
China
China
taking it
winning
by
that.
close to 200,000 points.
Yeah, 263,000 points.
Yeah.
Feel sorry for Momo on that. That was a big yikes there.
Nerves getting the best of the Philippines again, but there's still plenty of time in this match. Points in.
And China answering right back with endless ripples. Our DT pick. Though against a juggernaut like China, you can't help but feel a little bit nervous no matter what team you are.
The double time pick, I would say China does have an advantage as well. Philippines can still win this. Still plenty of room.
That's true. They're not out of the woods yet.
Weepers
It's
incoming.
only just begun.
Or if we'll see Kaganame Rin versus Kagamine Rin. Very sleep background.
Here we go. Kaganame, the only one opting to choose that hidden modifier. Now, if you're new to Osketch, hidden does not give you any extra points. It is just player's preference on either hard rock or double time rules on how they want to read the map. Some
At least
people
on
choose not to have it, some players choose to have it.
At least on Score V2 anyway. Score V1 and Score V3 are different stories. Rin missing a few notes there.
We're just going to take a tactical pause here as we wait for our client to catch back up. Players were courteous enough to wait
Klein
for
had
us.
fallen asleep. Looks like Kalionet and Dusk are gonna non-miss.
Roido,
Name's
you good?
Just flashing to let us know that they're still holding combo. But Roido will take a
finally
miss
catching
there.
up. No, he did not take a miss. It was just client lag. You gotta love our tournament client.
It's a bamboozle. Roido's screen just flashing to let everyone know that he's still FCing. Looks like Kaganame Rin is the only one without an FC at the moment, and they're gonna want at least one or two of China's players to drop now.
Boonray finding a drop.
This is making the situation a bit more for this point. So they're gonna need someone to fail on the China side. One drop is definitely not going to be enough, and China will take this.
Kaganame dropping into that 96% act.
It's like Kalionet, Crystal, and Roido all going to FC.
Dusk, your teammates full comboed. You're supposed to follow that up with a full combo, so it'd be a triple FC on your team, not a one miss. You Stick with the
Um,
script, please. You
that
gotta stick with the script.
expectations. That was the plan all along.
Come on, Dusk. You're tearing this family apart. You gotta stick with it. So Philippines get a ban and a pick with our new rules. China hitting 3 points. It is Philippines pan. Now Philippines losing all 3 maps so far. A Nomad, a Hidden, and a Double Time. They have yet to play a Hard Rock map. What do you think they're gonna ban here? Oh, as soon as I say that, they're gonna choose to ban the Comfort DT pick. That's my love.
Oh wait. Don't have any bleach this map pool.
It appears not. Probably the best choice for Philippines to ban out, though, as we've seen how they did on that last DT pick. Probably the nerves.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a good matchup with that slight plate movement that you need on Double Time.
Oh, definitely. Yes. Especially with like slightly jumpy low AR patterns to hit.
And Philippines taking their time to decide what map they want to pick to play in this 4th map.
I predict that they are going to go back to no mod. They might do Axiom Crisis. So that's my pick prediction. Axiom Crisis.
Well, with Philippines losing on Nomad, Hidden, and Double Time, doesn't look too good for them as far as picks goes, as they also banned our Hard Rock Cyber Thunder Cider, so it just looks like overall they are not confident in Hard Rock and are behind on skill against China and the rest of the maps.
Maybe that was part of the plan. Maybe they were going to let China think that they couldn't play HR and then put it on later in the game and start the sweep. And there is a Crowley map in there.
Some 4th dimensional chess going on.
Oh.
Ooh.
Space and time. So as I predicted, they were gonna go into the hidden pool and attempt to pull one over China.
As you predicted, yeah,
Of course, flawless prediction skills.
Flawless predictions after it happened. Hey, you can't get your predictions wrong if you predict them after they happen.
Ooh.
That's some next level.
Of course, I would never do something so devious. Oh no. Crowley, Nagi.
Crowley, Nagi. What if we kissed on the background of this map? Crowley Nagi ship confirmed? Crowley Nagi ship confirmed?
I mean, they could share the apple.
Crowley and Nagi, I ship it. I ship it.
Crowley X Nagi.
a modern day Romeo Juliet.
No, like modern day Al Bundy and his wife. What was that, Married with Kids?
Come on, Philippines. Now's your chance to get Kaganame Ren versus Kaganame Ren 02. He dropped out. Crystal's coming in. See, it isn't the hype matchup of Philippines versus China we want. No, it's Kaganame Ren versus Kaganame Ren number 2. That is the match that we want to see.
Kaganame versus Kagamine. Vocaloid versus Vocaloidant.
Boonray, Roido, Crowley versus Dusk, Nagi, and Crystal. Crowley saying he's a big fan of this map, so gonna be disappointed if he doesn't full combo. Huge droplet misses by Crowley, but other than that, everyone holding on to a full combo. As soon as I say that, Boonray and Crowley finding a miss as we hit that 200 combo threshold.
Gonna be the rock for Philippines again.
Gonna give full command to China.
It's only the start though, and this map is nowhere near as short as the previous one. So they've got time to bring it back.
Boonray and Crowley missing just a little bit before that 200 combo threshold. So
Nagi's gonna miss though. This is good for Philippines, as they are both above 200.
Yeah, if one more player on China misses, then preferably Dusk or Crystal, that is going to give combo advantage to Philippines, and the score will slightly flip. And there's Dusk with a miss. That is what Philippines wanted to see.
As well.
And Boonray finding a miss.
Crowley and Roido keeping it. Crystal are gonna negative their 200s out, so looks like China does have the slight combo advantage right now. Looks like they're gonna need another miss.
And Boonray finding another
Boonray.
Not able to catch back up to that 200 combo mark before he misses.
Crystal missed earlier too. I didn't see Crystal miss.
Roido, the only one with a full combo on this map now, holding that double S.
Roido,
I cursed him. What did I do? I cursed him.
Nagi, China holding combo along with Boonray, the only one for Philippines.
Dustin Crystal finding a miss as well at the break. Philippines seeing that they're not out of this map yet. They're only down 34,000 points.
Yeah, it's quite close.
I cursed Roido. What did I do? So I am no longer allowed to even look at the side of the Philippines. That's going to be all Kuichibo. I'm just going to be looking at China, as I have not cursed any of them yet. And yeah.
Well, they're all synced up, and this is really playing with my eyes right now. But it does appear to me that Philippines does have the slight combo advantage here. Although that's gone now that everyone's above 200 combo.
Philippines gonna need a
really
miss
need
from
China
China
right now. As this map is closing out, they just don't have those points yet.
And Crowley is
Drop
gonna
zone.
find a drop, as that
This
is gonna
is
seal
going to
away
China.
the point.
Here, that Crowley has disconnected, failed.
See, Crowley said, "Forget this. Not only am I leaving, I'm going to take the entire screen with me."
Dear. Was this... Did he finish the map before he exited the lobby?
So the client had delay on that, and he ended up leaving after he finished it. China obviously gonna be winning that, but unlike the other maps, China's only gonna win that by 50,000 points. That was a close match.
Yeah, no one missing too much. Actually, looks like a miss or two less. Yeah, 2 misses less. Philippines had to China. 7 misses to 9 overall.
And China gonna be picking Heavenly Blue or DT1 pick.
Straight into it too. Close this out, maybe with a clean sweep.
All we can say is, even though Nelly wasn't on the team for Russia this year, he still got into tournament with his map.
Still making a CWC appearance nonetheless. Was this recently ranked?
It was recently ranked as Kaganame Rin finding a miss in that hyperchain section. And everyone was at a 200 combo mark when he found that miss, so it's gonna hurt the Philippines a little bit more.
Dented damage, but it looks like he's recovered, and now things are gonna calm down a bit going into this second quarter.
Taking another tactical pause as we wait for our client to catch back up. All the players just waiting for us.
Looks like we're gonna have a bit more client delay.
Oh, you gotta love the tournament client. Just when you thought it was stable, it's gonna come right back with another delay.
Oh, did Kagame miss? Flash.
Miss? Client delay? Miss? Both? Neither?
Aim it on the lag. This be a broken connection? Bunray gonna miss.
Big concern on the side of Philippines right now.
At least one of the Chinese players to disconnect too. Mass ISP collapse. Missing again, with Kaganame Rin stuck the way they are. Or whether they're disconnected or
looking at the score difference right now, it would appear that he did disconnect.
Second, I do have the multi open. It should show up.
Go ahead, check that for us.
Again. And China with the 3 FCs.
Come on, China. This is
It's not actually telling me
just
anything.
torture right now.
Telling me anything after the switch up between Crowley and Kaganame. In any case, with the 3 FCs, this is a definite win for China.
Double S coming from Crystal on that. Oh, you hate to see it happen. You
Yeah.
really hate to see it happen. Apparently, Kaganame is still playing?
What?
According to Crowley? Wait, what?
Ooh.
I'm confused. Yeah, I thought Kaga dropped. Now, according to our referee, he did drop, so I do not know what Crowley was thinking there. Crowley is too early for
Maybe
me.
he's trying to scare China with that one. Oh yeah, so there's an ISP collapse.
Yeah, with that disconnect from Kaganame, that is going to be China's point by 1,200,000.
If Philippines lose this match, they'll end up going down to the losers bracket. So they won't be out yet.
Roido saying, time to end this match. Choosing our HR1 pick, Crowley's map. Crowley thanking Roido for promoting the map. And on talking about promoting, if you have not bought a banner yet, head over to the R store, get yourself a country banner, support your country team. I've already bought mine, got my US banner on my profile. It looks snazzy, looks awesome.
I'm still waiting till next year to find the Australia ones.
Ray, shout out to Crowley, and also telling him it's time to die. Don't think that's how it works. I don't think you shout a person out, then have them proceed to die in their own map. I don't think that's how it works. But...
And I do believe that if they are true gamers, they harness the Thu.
Apparently Crystal is lagging as well.
Back battle.
How's it going, JBH?
Just get isekai'd.
Our wonderful fellow caster JBH finally waking up and joining us in the Twitch chat. So, Kiyosu coming in instead of Crowley. Boonray telling Crowley to yeet off. Just pick him up, chuck him out the window.
It's quite sad. No Kaga versus Kaga.
Yes, that is correct. That is
match,
correct,
though.
JBH. That is correct. It is not even 1 a.m. It's not even 8 a.m. for us yet. But see, I was awake at 4 a.m. So that's what I mean by finally.
So what time is it there at the moment then?
It is 7:53 a.m. on the East Coast of
Almost
the
8
United
o'clock.
States right now.
Time is a lot more comfortable.
Boonray, Roido, Kiyosu against Dusk, Kakaname number 2, and Nagi. Now see, this was all part of the Philippines plan. Okay, they were gonna let China get up to 5 points, trick China into thinking that they were giving up, and are gonna come back, boom, reverse sweep.
Yeah. I can sense it. Oh, Kiyosu gonna miss that.
Just cutting that jump a bit early there. And hey, JBH, my sleep schedule is not that bad. My sleep schedule is not that bad, okay? The past 3 days, I may have only gotten 2 hours of sleep, but it is not bad, okay?
Oh, okay. That's whoa!
Drops
What
everywhere. What
missed?
happened? Triple miss on both teams.
Also gonna miss twice though. I think Bunray might have missed twice too. Actually surprised that everyone missed.
I do know it was a tricky section of the map, but I'm surprised that everyone from China missed that 380 combo.
It's too costly to them missing key with Philippines, so pick up that lead a bit more. Especially with Bunray still below 200 and Kielzu missing again. Kagamine is going to miss along with that. And Dusk as well.
Ooh, that HP bar on Dusk down a little bit low.
Kielzu and Kagamine both low 100. Oh.
Philippines catching a lucky break on that double miss by China, but they're gonna need more misses come. And client, I think our client needs slapped awake as well as I do. Dusk, do not know yet if that was.
Nagi, what?
Do not know. We do not know if any of these misses are client delay or not, as our client keeps cutting
Nagi
in and
is
out.
broken. Nagi might have actually missed when he broke too. It's breaking, but as well.
And Kyosu finding a miss as
Ooh.
soon as he gets up to that 200 combo mark, but it is traded by Dusk.
Roido is really doing quite well. Bunrei too. Roido really putting in the work to keep Philippines off, but everyone... Did Bunrei fail?
Bunrei fail!
Oh.
Just when the Philippines had a chance to get a point on the board, Bunrei finding a fail on this last map.
Wait, what?
You gotta remember, the client did delay, so people are dropping out on screen, but they are actually finishing. The client is just delayed.
Right. I need to check the MP then.
Yeah, check the NP.
So it would appear that won that by about 94,000 points. Yeah, China taking this match 6-0. Very strong in this quarterfinals match. I do not envy the position that whoever is going to verse China next week will be in.
Now, according to the NP, Bunrei did not fail.
It probably was just the client.
Yeah, it had to have been client. Either way, China's win, 6-0. China's still showing that they're a dominant team this year.
Looks like the last match, Korea and Taiwan, 30 minutes from now, 12:30 UTC.
Korea, the #1 seeded team, going against Taiwan. That is gonna be a really good match, as Korea's #1 seeded team with Motion and Hyper being respectfully first and second in the world on the leaderboards, but Taiwan being a really strong team so far in this CWC tournament. So don't write Taiwan off yet as a loss. We have seen crazy things happen so far in this tournament, so anything can happen. But with that, we are gonna cut away now. Got 30 minutes until the next match. Stick around in chat, go get some food, do whatever you gotta do. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Elux, signing off.
Dubo, signing off.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the final match from this year's Catch World Cup quarterfinals. And it's a big one, South Korea versus Taiwan. The number 1 seeds, Korea, against Taiwan, a team that always make it through the group stages and beyond. Kind of silent assassins, the strong players that maybe don't raise all the alarm bells, but can get the job done on the tournament setting. I'm JB Hyperion, joined this morning by the wonderful Juan Cristal. Hopefully you're not too tired.
I'm always tired, don't worry. it could be worse. Not gonna lie.
Too tired. No, you're not too tired. Like, slightly tired is fine.
Exactly. Do you remember the new name I have? I want to sleep.
You want to sleep.
Every single time I am in that
like
situation. Hey, I don't. So, Korea versus Taiwan. Usually when you see this matchup happen, you kind of have to be pretty excited. It doesn't matter the game mode, really. I don't think Catch is an exception, but...
I think this year Korea have a team that are maybe slightly above all others. They are the number 1 seeds. They are the pre-tournament favourites, but Taiwan certainly no slouches and should be giving them a good run for their money, we hope.
I mean, I hope for it, because after the previous match, which was a sweep, it could be cool to have a bit of a closer, at least score-wise, closer performance from these two teams. At least to close the quarterfinals in a good fashion in that way.
Philippines just not looking like they were quite up to the challenge of China. Hopefully Taiwan are able to take some points off South Korea. I mean, not many people will be predicting them the win here. I think Pick'ems gave South Korea just the small matter of a 100% chance of coming out victorious. But so Taiwan could be looking to ruin some of those Pick'ems if they can get some points on the board.
That would be quite the upset, wouldn't it?
Well, this is a winner's bracket encounter, so neither of these two teams will be out of the tournament if they are to lose. Obviously, one of them, sadly, will be the loser here. Let me just bring up the bracket real quick. The victor of this match will take on France in the winner's bracket, who had a really strong showing against the USA, winning 6-2 yesterday. And the loser will be dropping down to the loser's bracket, obviously, to play against Hong Kong, and that's going to be a very tough match for whoever ends up there, regardless. Obviously, China lost a few points to Hong Kong in the round of 16, so they are definitely a dangerous team that came through their group stage match 6-0, their round of 16 match 6-0 as well.
Well, if I recall correctly, I mean, of course I do, it was the group of death. Like South Korea and Hong Kong also had to match up against each other. Previously, I think it was also 6-3 in favor of Korea.
In that group G, yeah, that was definitely a highlight of the group stage. Seeing who would survive that one unscathed. Even South Korea not coming through that group with a perfect 15 wins and no loss record.
So whoever loses this is gonna definitely face a challenge. I'll argue that Hong Kong, the later the tournament goes, the harder they'll have a time competing in it. But that doesn't mean that they won't be a problem for any of these two teams.
Yeah, they have Touch Me and Latita Sama in particular, who are two of their strongest, most consistent players. The rest of their roster may start to struggle from the following rounds onwards, but in all fairness, thus far in the tournament, they have looked very consistent and very dangerous. So definitely a prefer to win this one, to not risk having that matchup against Hong Kong, which could go either way. Although saying that, the victor will face France.
I was
terrifying form this far. So, and then if you beat France, then you're facing either China or Chile. So definitely no easy matches, no free passes left in this World Cup. If you want to win, you want to beat the best.
at this point of the tournament, you kind of have to expect all the matches not to be easy at all. Once you reach the semifinals level, when there are the 4 remaining teams in the winner's bracket, it's pretty hard to have an easy matchup there. I'll argue that France was looking extremely good against the United States, and I believe that's probably the scariest opponent, especially on semifinals. I feel in the finals poll maybe Korea had a little bit of a better chance. I don't think they'll lose against France on the semifinals, but it could happen.
Yeah,
It has a better chance of happening the earlier it is on the map pool.
in scrims for this week's stage, the quarterfinal map pool, I think France did actually beat South Korea in 2 different scrims. So clearly they are kind of a very strong team. It'll be interesting to see how they perform as the map pools get much harder, as you say, because I don't think we've really seen South Korea or France, or even China for that matter, be properly tested yet. So we don't know their full potential.
Here we are then on Foolish Hero, the warm-up is about to be finished. Korea seems to be leading by quite a bit here with the full combo by Berea. Actually not full combo, and pretty early miss, but for motion that is a full combo.
Always great to see you're informed by taking a full combo on the warm-up. Unless you know that you picked something that's only about 2 stars in difficulty. I don't think that's going to give you too much additional confidence in this pool's difficulty. But great performance by Motion, of course, the #1 ranked player in the world at the moment. So he's showing why he has that.
Beginning. You can expect the #1 player in the world to do quite well, regardless of the map he's playing.
Yeah, he's just a bit good at the game. He can do a few maps.
It's interesting though, I never really thought too much about it in terms of catch the beat, or like Osu catch I guess is the name now. I'm pretty old, so I can't get used to it.
I still slip into CTV sometimes. I'm like, ooh, whoops, sorry, it's catch now. It's an old habit to kick.
But when it comes to rank, really, like, how accurate it is, like, we have seen in this tournament the average rank from the lowest seed of the tournament being quite good already, like about 200 and something average rank. And I do wonder how accurate that rank is for catch, because I'm from Mania, I'm a Mania player, and a Mania main myself, and usually when you see the ranks, you don't really get that much of an idea of how good the player would be. I mean, obviously, on cases like the top 10, you know that those are like gods anyway.
Yeah.
But
I think I would say that, like, it's been a long time since the catch kind of PP system was reworked, and people have gotten used to how to exploit the system for maximum gain and minimum effort. So, like, it is very easy to kind of obtain a really good rank without necessarily being not a good player, but a lot of people you'll kind of see have a great rank, but they only play kind of no mods and they only play a particular style, and the current meta is very speed and snap heavy, which that's the thing that it rewards the most. So I think in the group stage it's not too bad, because most players at the kind of World Cup level can play most mods to a certain extent, or can learn quite quickly. Once you start getting into round of 16 and beyond, you really start to weed out the people that don't specialize in a particular mod, or the teams that don't have like those 3 people that are all competent at like a hard rock or a double time. And then you start to see kind of bigger gaps between teams. It's kind of strange, because you expect, in one sense, to see, as the teams, like as you thin out the weaker teams, you expect there to be closer and closer matches, but it's often quite close in group stages, then there are a few rounds where there are lots of like 6-0s and 5-0s because you're getting rid of those teams that have great kind of players that can carry on no mod but don't have those specialists. And then towards the end of the tournament, you get back into the closer matches again where everyone can pretty much play everything because they're, as you said, just gods at the game.
Yeah, Goosey is always that kind of interesting stage when upsets. I mean, it's not extremely frequent for upsets to happen, but they can definitely happen earlier in the tournament due to, you know, the map was being slightly easier, as you said, and people just being more capable of doing stuff they might not be as used to. Like, they can just learn quickly those maps that might be on a mod that is not particularly comfortable for them. And it's interesting, like, it's really weird for a Mania player to just think about all this stuff because, like, we don't have mods, we don't really have a proper ranking system, so it's hard to judge based on rank. So seeing how Catch deals with it, it's interesting in a way, at least for me.
Well, we've had opinions from myself, the Catch guy. We've had opinions from Juan, the Mania guy, and we now have a Tycho, or maybe ex-Tycho, I'm not sure, guy, Incandescence, just about on time for the warm-ups. How are you doing today, friend?
I just woke up. I forgot to set my alarm for 8:30 a.m. I set it for 8:30 p.m. I'm sorry. It was very, very last minute, but hello.
Mistakes were
Good
made.
morning, good
Hello.
afternoon, good night to wherever you are watching.
I'm actually pretty surprised that you woke up without an alarm, not gonna lie.
Well, I wake up frequently, like, I sleep and then around 8 o'clock, I wake up like at 8, and then again at 10 o'clock. If I choose to fall asleep again, I'll wake up at 11. So I wake up frequently towards the end of my slumber.
We'll take this warm-up then to, I don't know, grab something to drink maybe, or anything if you need. If not, well, welcome.
That is a wise decision. Stay hydrated.
Hey.
Where's stay hydrated bot? Why don't we have that? Why don't we have that in the chat?
Wait,
We don't
what
need a
is
bot.
this map? They have like snap nodes at the same time, right? Well, it looks like it's very close, if not.
There are some notes that are stacked on top of one another, yes.
I don't think that's legal rank-wise, right?
It's an aspire technique.
I see.
I put some in my warm-up, and I'm sure the Dutch have plenty of them in their warm-ups. But it is not a legal kind of rankable technique, you are correct.
How much does it affect gameplay anyway? It doesn't seem to be that impactful.
If the two notes that are stacked at the same time are very close together, then you can generally kind of catch them both on a platter at the same time. But if they are separated by any kind of noticeable distance, they become basically impossible to catch. You can create some interesting kind of you can create some interesting like patterns with 2B since you can't have like a repeat slider where one side of the slider is differently shaped or different length to the other, which is quite nice. And you can create some like double notes where you have to try and catch them like both on separate edges of the plate, which is quite cool. But yeah, for the most part, it's considered like an unrankable technique because it becomes impossible to play if they're separated by anything more than a few pixels.
Yeah, if they just don't feed both on the same platter, then like you can't really catch.
No, not really.
But I can see its use when you have two overlap sliders.
Yeah, we can see a few of them here. But they're combining kind of two sliders of different shapes together. How was China versus Philippines? The small matter of a 6-0 win for China in that one, I think.
You will be correct, yes. No, Dodo AV. Seems like he disconnected right at the end. Which is thankful it happened on the warm-ups, but
Yeah,
something to
hopefully
be
that's
worried
not
about.
an indication of future performance. Ooh, roll predictions coming out in the chat again. Puff Butt doing stellar work, thank you very much. Don't forget to say what you think the winners of the rolls are going to be.
Let's go for 12 and 62.
Ooh, who are you predicting 12 for? Not very generous of you.
I'll say Korea.
Ooh, losers of the roll, victors of the match.
I mean, I expect them to win the match, yeah.
So they got to give Taiwan something. They can win the consolation roll.
I'll be happy beating Korea in a row. That was a nice think at the end by Dodo.
Just not
Bit of a lag there.
finishing that, yeah.
Yeah, nice FC there from Rockmer.
And here we go, the rolls are about to happen. Will I get any right? That's a pretty hard thing to happen. Like to get both right, I think it's like
To predict two
One in
rolls, you got a 1 in 100 times 1 in 100, so 1 in 10,000.
that's pretty unfrequent.
If you get them, then go buy yourself a lottery ticket.
I think it's probably even less than that because you're predicting who's getting the rolls as well. So the chances go. I mean, they are independent, so I'm not sure, but perhaps.
Well, because they're independent events, in a theoretical world, it is 1 in 10,000. But yeah.
I'll have to think about it. Like, I'm pretty sure they're independent, so they won't really like change anything. But I mean, 1 in 10,000 is already pretty hard to achieve, so.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I'll
sure
just take that.
1 in 10,000 is the chance of getting the same number twice in a row. I'm not too sure.
No, that's not true. That's 1 in 100 to get the same twice.
No, because like to get the same thing, it's like 52. Like if you go on a 50,
I mean, if you're asking for a
rolls.
specific number twice, then it is 1 in 10,000. But if you're asking for it to happen twice, but not caring about the number, it's 1 in 100. And I got the rolls completely wrong. Yeah, I have an 87 by motion and a 40 from Tsunami. So Taiwan losing the round there. Korea decides whether they want to.
Taiwan is
pick
going to win the match, boys and girls. You heard it here first. Oh, little bit of chat lag there. HyperW7 sending about 8 messages all at the same time. Hopefully he's not been caught out by the spam filter for that one.
Maths are hard anyway. So
Motion's
Korea
the best
decides to
one.
pick first. Interesting. Oh, that's a roll as well.
Can we stop having rolls, please? You're confusing me. QWHJ with the 97, but it's too late.
See them rolling.
So I believe Hong Kong said they wanted to pick first, and Taiwan are banning Hidden One,
Hong Kong?
which is sorry, Taiwan.
Did you
Oh,
mean South
banning.
Korea?
Did I get them completely? I got the wrong country, and then I corrected it to the wrong country as well.
I mean, at least the second time it was a team.
South
that is
Korea have
currently
won the
showcased.
roll and forced Taiwan to ban first, and they are banning La Silfida for the 7th time this round, only being left open in the previous match where it was not picked, and South Korea banning the second most popular pick to ban Hatu Sekai Seifuku Hard Rock 1. So no real surprise in bans this time around. China, Philippines had a bit of variety going on, but we're back to regularly scheduled programming, it seems.
kind of sad that this hidden map has been banned so many times.
I mean,
Not surprised, but
I'm not surprised. It's difficult. It's long. Like, from my personal opinion, it's just not the most exciting map to play, and it's very easy to mess up on. So I'm not surprised that teams want to take it off the table. Sekai Seifuku is also quite long, has several annoying kind of hyper dashes that are converted into edge dashes that if you can hit them, you give yourself a massive advantage for your team by maintaining that combo, and teams just not wanting to risk that slight luck-based factor. South Korea going to be picking Mint Tiers, Hidden 2, the ZH Steven map. So diving straight into Hidden after the early ban in that pool.
Well, with the warm-ups out of the way, I feel like I'll leave the spot to Incandescence now and focus on the stream. I mean, if he wants to, I don't mind staying, but
I do not mind either way.
alright then. Have fun commentating then.
Thank you very much for your filling in one. Hope
Yeah,
the stream
no
survives
problem.
for you and us, of course.
I have my mate right here, so all good.
Keep your finger on that panic button in case we have some more technical difficulties.
Oh, definitely. Because I'm expecting that to be the case eventually. It's the last match, it has to happen.
It's so expected, it becomes unexpected. You reverse psychologying the tourney client.
I wish that works. That would be great.
Well, our players look like they are readying up. The map is about to start, and Penn has readied the players into the lobby. Here we go. Mint Tiers, Hidden number 2. First pick between South Korea and Taiwan. The final match of this year's quarterfinal stage of the Oscar Catch World Cup. South Korea versus Taiwan. Get supporting your team in the Twitch chat. This is going to be a tough one for both rosters. They'll need your support.
Or you can support them on your profile page by purchasing a very, very nice profile banner.
Ooh, yes. They are quite snazzy. I highly recommend getting one. I'd get a UK one, but since we're already out, I kind of feel a bit sad doing so.
Transfer your support to like the United States, because historically speaking, you used to be the United States.
Well, historically speaking, I am currently in the United States as Berea and Rockma see a pair of misses each. Taiwan with the early advantage here. Nani were dropping, but Berea trading another one. Berea seeming to be struggling a little bit here. Still full combos from Motion, Dodoebi, and Tsunami, but it's 2-1 currently as we're about halfway through the map. Motion still with the double S as Dodoebi drops just one full combo left. Tsunami drops 2. That's unfortunate for Taiwan. South Korea have a chance to take the advantage back here, and that score gap is going to be shrinking.
Yeah, Rockma and Berea are heading up towards the 200 combo gap here, just to say that Berea is going to find a miss if they don't their own.
Dodoebi's going to drop
Dodoebi,
Tsunami as well, though.
Tsunami.
Rockma dropping. It's still all on Motion, though.
The lead's going to shift to South Korea's favor here right now.
Dodoebi and Rockma basically have the exact same combo. Tsunami and Berea almost have the exact same. Naniwa and Motion are both over that 200 combo mark. Any miss in the ending here will see the tide shift. Rockma with the drop, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And I think South Korea just about hold on for that one by
Yeah, South Korea-
20,000 points.
South Korea barely winning their own pick there. That's a kind of big indicator of how this match may go.
Yeah, Motion with a really impressive double S for that one for South Korea, holding their team together. Berea struggling to build a decent-sized combo there, unfortunately, but very good consistency from Taiwan to hang into that one right until the end. They can take confidence away from that one.
Also, I got Apparently, I was wrong. That was Taiwan's pick, not South Korea's.
It's mentioned as a red pick
Yeah.
on the. South Korea elected to ban second, though. I'm so. Yeah, Scriptchan's in the wrong order. We're fine.
Wait. Okay.
Looks like Taiwan are going to be going to no mod with Akiyama Uni's Chino Iro Wakiro, the Hollow Wings convert difficulty.
That was a very, very nice pronunciation. I applaud.
I've been practicing since last weekend's map pool. I've no idea whether it's correct or not, but I'm just going to pretend that I know exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, it sure sounds
people
like it, so I'll give it to you.
You know, he can speak Japanese. He knows what he's talking about. Big word of advice for anyone listening: if you have interviews or kind of exams and you have to speak, the first 3 letters of confidence are con. If you can convince other people that you know what you're talking about, you might just get away with not knowing anything. That's my free advice for you today. Use it wisely in your everyday lives.
Tough about calling you Mr. Worldwide now.
So yeah, interesting pick from Taiwan to pick a very kind of technical, miss-inducing no-mod map. If you can get any kind of combo above 300 here, then you can really set your team off to a great start, because there's regular spots for missing every kind of 200 or 300 combo or so.
Yeah, I definitely watched the map we played yesterday. It's definitely a bit of a rough one. And just to prove my point, Lingers and Naniwa are going to find early misses here at the beginning.
Yeah, second drop from Naniwa as well. Not a good start for Taiwan. Just maybe another one from Naniwa. Maybe just misreading the lower approach rate. Naniwa really struggling on this one, it seems. A very uncharacteristic from him. Lingers has built back up to that 200 combo mark, and all other players holding an FC. Still no issues from the South Korean roster just yet. This is one of the easier parts of the map without too many kind of weird slider shapes or strong edge jumps. So good for Naniwa to build his combo back up. See if any of these little wiggling patterns that are going to come in now catch anyone out. They're going to start getting stronger and stronger.
Was that pun intended?
Absolutely intended.
It's Lingers is going to find another drop. Hyper W also going to find a drop.
Well, though, yeah. That's the first drop from Korea. We see a triple miss, but 2 of them are on the side of Taiwan. Only Dodo Ebi holding that full combo for the side of Taiwan now. And amazingly, everyone holding through that massive slider velocity kick slider section. Really impressive.
Yeah, FC is still being held by Motion, Rockma, and Dodo Ebe. And double S's at that.
Yeah, there aren't too many odd droplets on this one. Naniwa seeing another miss there.
Yeah, and Lingers did too, so it's another double miss on the Taiwan side.
Yeah, this is not looking to be a very fruitful pick for Taiwan here. They must have been feeling pretty confident about this one going in, because there aren't many weaknesses to target on the side of South Korea, but it is not pulled off for them at all. Naniwa and its Lingers both back up to 200 combo now. Dodo Ebi still holding that double S, but South Korea just seen the one singular miss thus far. As Naniwa drops us, I don't know how many times it's been now. But he is really not feeling this map. Itzlinger's dropping again as well.
I feel like perhaps Taiwan may have decided to take a risk with this pick, and the reward was really high if they would win a map like this, but the risk was also very high.
Drops from Rockma and again from Hyper W7 at the end there, but not to be. Motion still holding that double S. Dodoebi taking an accuracy hit right at the end, but also great FC from him. But Itzlingers and Naniwa just not able to catch up with the rest of the players in this one, unfortunately. That is going to be a victory for South Korea, and it's a break point. Their turn to pick again. 2-0 South Korea. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone's counting how many double S's Motion has secured so far this tournament, but I think he might be up there with a Lostis in competing for that top spot. Rockma going for Hidden 3, Doko Ringo to Cinderella. The last available hidden pick after La Sylphida was banned and Mint Tears was just picked. So obviously they're feeling confident on Hidden. They want to clear that out, get some easy points on the board right off the bat.
So hopefully for South Korea, this pick goes better than the other one did, because the first hidden map they picked, yes, they did win it, but they won it by such a small margin. So I feel like this is a little risky, because if Taiwan is confident on this map, then this could be a time where they break the point back. But you know, it just depends how comfortable are these two teams on this map.
Yeah, and this is also a very different map style to Mint Tears that we've just seen. The approach rate is slightly higher, the BPM is much higher, there's lots more density, and quite a lot more movement in sliders as well. Being a convert also makes it a little bit more unpredictable. But yeah, we are about to get in as the players are just loading in. Naniwa again with another early drop. Maybe nerves getting the better of him this time around. He needs to settle those because Taiwan are counting on him to set a good example. No drops yet from any of the remaining players.
Well, if there's any time for nerves to hit, it's definitely best for it to hit at the beginning before everyone reaches that 200 gap, but he still does have some ground to cover.
As long as that kind of first drop doesn't make you panic and induce more, then yeah. Sanami with a drop now coming in, just as all players were breaking into that 300 combo mark. A second drop from Sanami right at the beginning of the Ki. That's unfortunate for Taiwan, going to give South Korea a bit of an extended advantage.
Everyone on Taiwan finding a miss, yeah.
Yeah, Motion dropping for South Korea, but still Berea and Rockma holding on to those full combos. Double S's, in fact. No like large combos left on the side of Taiwan. Rockma dropping really uncharacteristically in the slower section, though.
Berea, the only FC left in the lobby. Everyone else slowly climbing up towards that 200 combo gap. Tsunami's there. Motion's almost there. Naniwa and Dodoebi also almost there. Rockma has a lot of ground to cover.
Just as Dodoebi was about to hit 200 combo there, he breaks again, so that gap is going to continue increasing at this point.
Tsunami finding another miss, yeah, right before the second Ki.
Dodoebi breaking at 100. Taiwan just finding it really hard to maintain a combo here.
Yeah, Dodoebi and Naniwa both finding a miss there. South Korea has recovered nicely from their few misses that they've got. So Taiwan isn't recovering from theirs though. They're consistently finding misses. We have about a third of the map to go.
We've got a nice little solo section with a tricky-ish hyper dash chain pattern at the end. SV has gotten really big here, so players will need to be dashing earlier than they would normally would. Tsunami is really starting to struggle here though, and Dodoebi is going to drop some more too. Dodoebi failing there, just completely dashing way too early on that hyper chain section. He has plenty of time to recover, but that is not going to be good for his nerves.
Yeah, the HP on this map is 7, but it's not dangerously high.
Yeah, the drain on its own is not too difficult. The fact that it's high BPM at 200 and it's mapped in 1/3 rhythm means that the density is really high. So if you miss one thing, you're probably missing quite a few more. And that's exactly what happened to Dodoebi. He just got slightly out of rhythm on the jump section there. And once you missed the first one, he couldn't come back to make any of the others.
Oh, Rockma found a miss a few seconds ago. I think we missed that.
Berea finally breaking his full combo. He was well over 1,000 at that stage, but just when Taiwan try and catch a break, Dodoebi and Nanua drop. Motion is carrying over, approaching 1,000 combo of his own. He's not quite going to get there, unfortunately. Just that one miss from him. But the consistency of South Korea really shining through there. Every time there was a drop, someone else was there to take up the slack. Taiwan not able to do the same. Dodoebi really struggling towards the end there.
Yeah, that was definitely more of a tough pick for Taiwan and a smart pick on the South Korean side. However, Taiwan do get their second ban now.
Well, unfortunately, South Korea have won twice in the hidden and there are no more hidden picks. So Taiwan have to shoot in the dark a little bit here with what they think South Korea will be most strong at.
Double Time 2 is their pick.
So that's going to be
Banned.
Endless Ripples. That is a map that we've seen banned in the first phase a couple times and also in the second phase. So Taiwan, pretty strong at double time in the round of 16, but obviously not feeling like they want to try and repeat the feat against South Korea, or at least not on that map. It's been notorious for claiming victims, as it's got a high approach rate but a very low BPM and slider velocity, so very easy to overshoot and drop. So obviously they just don't want anything to do with that one. So Taiwan 3 points down, but only halfway to victory for South Korea, and they get to pick next. So hopefully they'll select something they can fight a little bit closer on this time. We'll wait and see what that may be.
The question is, well, there's a lot of places to go, but even beyond this pick, Taiwan has a few more picks left. You know, they lost on No Mod, they've lost on Hidden. Double Time they've banned. Against a team like South Korea, it has to be so hard to know, like, maybe this is where we should go, because you can feel confident, but oh my goodness, South Korea
they're
is
absolutely a nightmare to kind of strategize against. But Taiwan are going to be going for Interlude from Loki. I don't think this is a map that we've actually seen thus far, or at least certainly not one that I've seen played in any of the quarterfinal matches. So they've gone for the second no mod convert after the Hollow Wings convert, so we'll see if they prefer 1/2 jumps to 1/4 jumps here. Looks like Penn is loading the players into the lobby now, and here we go. R18 making his first appearance in the quarterfinals for South Korean roster. Nikaido Shinku appearing for Taiwan, so we've got a little bit of a roster switch. So this is 2 minutes of nothing but 1/2 jumping. It'll test the players' kind of ability to read variable spacing, but also to keep metronome. It's very easy on some of these bigger jumps to dash too early. It lingers with the first drop at about 160 combo. Not going to be a deciding miss unless nobody else drops on the side of South Korea.
everyone else holding phenomenal performances here. No one wavering, except for
Yeah.
Lingers. Very,
Nikaido
very
Shinku.
Nikaido Shinku. Yep.
And
Dodo
Dodo
Ave also.
no combos
No
left on the
FCs,
side of
yep.
Taiwan. So Taiwan's picking of no mod convert strategy has not played out well for them thus far. Triple double S still on the side of South Korea at the present stage, coming into the final third of the map. We've got some absolutely huge one-half hyper jumps being thrown in now. Berea, the first drop from South Korea, but it alone is not going to make a difference. R18 drops as well. Motion still holding on to that double S. It's Lingers dropping for Taiwan just as he was about to hit 200 combo. Two large combos on the side of Taiwan, but it's not enough time. South Korea are going to take that one, I believe, with a fairly convincing 100,000 point victory. Just waiting for R18 and Motion to catch up at that ending. But we have confirmed that South Korea are the victors. So it's 2 break points and 2 own points in a row for South Korea. 4-0 the score. Another double S for Motion. Not that there are that many droplets on that map anyway, but we'll give him his props anyway. South Korea just 2 points away. Dodo seeming a little confused for some reason. Not sure whether that refers to Taiwan's performance on that previous pick or something else. But South Korea are going to be moving to Hard Rock now that they've exploited the hidden pool. Moving on to Days. One of the more difficult, but also kind of more known maps from the Hard Rock pool. Definitely a difficulty that a lot of these players will have encountered before, possibly even with Hard Rock.
Oh yeah, definitely. After watching this map be played as well, it's definitely rough. The circle size is pretty small. There's a lot of movement back and forth, which is crazy.
Yeah, this is one of those slightly older specifics that had more of a focus on kind of stronger regular dash spacing. So a lot of those jumps become really punishing with Hard Rock being added and circles being smaller. And of course, it's a CLSW or Minato Yukina map, so streams and snaps feature quite heavily in his trademark style. Ooh, Motion's being given a 1 million point advantage. That's a bit generous of the tournament client. I don't think he needs that advantage. There we go.
Yeah, I was about to say, the tournament client already knows.
It's not an advantage, it's just a spoiler.
Well, 970k would not be an FC on Hard Rock, so that means he has to miss somewhere, alright?
Well, we're gonna see if that reigns true.
Everyone's surviving that intro section without misses. There are some pretty punishing jumps there, so good to see that everyone has come through that one unscathed as they hit 200 combo now. It's Lingers dropping literally the instant he hits 200 combo though. That's really unfortunate on a map this short. It's Lingers taking a second drop there. There's almost no chance to build your combo back up once you drop.
QWHJ also found a miss to trade with Lingers, but Lingers found 2 misses.
W7 dropping, that's going to give Taiwan the advantage. If Nikaido and Dodo Ebi can hold combo here, then Taiwan will take this point.
This is a very short map as we head into the more intense section of the map.
It's Lingers going to find another several drops though. That advantage is shrinking rapidly, and I think South Korea are going to take this one back. Another drop from Lingers is probably going to secure it, but QWHJ drops as well, and he's dangerously low on hit points. HP drain on this is really quite high. Can he survive?
The lead is slowly going to Taiwan. It's stopping. Oh my goodness. Dodo Ebi finding him at the very end. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, that one was very close, but it is a 5th and almost and a penultimate point for South Korea. They're at match point, taking that victory by only 30,000 points. Really unfortunate for Taiwan. They just had drops at the most unfortunate of times. Dodoebi with just that one miss. If he could have held on, maybe Taiwan would have been able to steal a victory there. Another double S for Motion, though. As expected, it was not a spoiler. He did even better than the tournament client was predicting for him. And South Korea are now at match point. Taiwan have one chance to stay in this one. They might only have one pick left. They don't have any no mod converts left. Hidden is exploited. They've lost on Hard Rock. They've banned double time. Poor old Taiwan. Where do they head next? Anyone who's hoping for a reverse sweep, you better get your love and support for Taiwan in the chat right about now. They find themselves in a little bit of a hole. Now they were asking, can we nerf Motion? It's a bit late for that one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it should have happened at the beginning.
Still waiting for Taiwan to pick. Where do they go?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough pick for Taiwan.
They're gonna go with double time 1. Interesting. Banning DT2, but electing to pick DT1. This is obviously a much more flowing map than Endless Ripples, but it's so long, and the approach rate of 8.8 with double time takes you up to 10.2. So this is a map that requires such extreme levels of concentration for long periods of time. Taiwan have some handy double time players, but South Korea do also. This might be more of a desperation pick than a comfort from Taiwan. They gotta try something a bit more left field here because no mod is clearly not working for them.
South Korea searching for their third player.
And Nelly in the chat saying, good song for match point. That wouldn't have anything to do with it being your map, would it, sir? No motion for now, okay. South Korea not putting motion in for this one. Berea, Rockman, and QWHJ the roster. Tsunami, Dodoebi, and Nikaido Shinku going to be lining up for Taiwan in what could be the final game of the 2019 Lost Catch World Cup quarterfinals. So here we go.
Rockman and Berea opting to choose Hidden, probably because the AR is so high, as you said.
Yeah, it does just give you a little bit of additional kind of room to think. You only have to focus on 1 or 2 objects at a time. We've got about 3.5 minutes of AR 10.2 as Dodoevi sees the first drop on the side of Taiwan. South Korea taking an early advantage.
Dodoevi and Tsunami both finding misses.
Tsunami's drop after hitting 200 combo as well, so South Korea really going to be taking the advantage on this one.
Nikaido is there to soften the blow, but not too much. No one on South Korea has seen a drop yet.
Yeah, 2 double S's and Rockman with just a few droplet slips. Tsunami and Dodo Webby both back up to 200 combo, so that gap has stabilized at about 60,000 points at the moment. Dodo Webby going to drop again, though. That's not good news for Taiwan fans. Berea and QWHJ still holding on to double S's apiece, and Rockma also with a full combo. This one's starting to look a little bit one-sided as we hit the halfway mark. South Korea not even looking like they're going to blink yet.
There's lots of map to go. Taiwan's going to have to hold their breath and hope as Dodo Abe gets back to the 200 combo gap that South Korea is going to find a misses of their own. Tsunami's going to find one of his own, though.
Yes, Taiwan hoping for misses, but not from their own players, unfortunately. Still triple FC from South Korea as we come to the final 1/3 of the map.
Dodo Abe, Berea, and QWH all finding misses.
Yeah, Nikaido Shinku finally dropping that full combo. Rockma, the only full combo remaining. Tsunami and Dodo Ebi both drop as well, though. No combos left on the side of Taiwan. Berea and Kido HJ, after their previous misses, are back up at 200 combo. There's just one fairly kind of sensible, calm section before the end of the map, and I think this one is going to be a very convincing victory for South Korea. A 6-0 sweep of a very strong tournament team in Taiwan. They will be advancing to the semi-finals. So 170,000 points the difference in the end. Just the one miss from Berea, the FC from Rockma, one miss from Nikaido Shinko as well, but unfortunately Dodo Ebi and Tsunami just not able to keep up. A great match despite the 6-0 scoreline indicating it was not as close as it actually was. Congratulations to South Korea. They will progress to the winners bracket semi-final. Taiwan have not been defeated yet though. They will remain in the tournament, dropping down to the losers bracket, and they'll be having a tough contest next week against Hong Kong, who were victorious 6-0 over the United Kingdom earlier yesterday. So they got to refocus and prepare for what will be another tough encounter for them. And so that will conclude our quarterfinal matches. 8 down. 4 teams have sadly left us. Sweden, the United Kingdom, Netherlands, and Poland have dropped out. They will take slots 13 to 16 in this year's World Cup, so congratulations to all of them, but unfortunately we'll see them next year. Brazil, Hong Kong, Germany, and Mexico all survive in the losers bracket, and they'll be joined by the losers of yesterday's winners bracket matches: the United States, who face Brazil, Taiwan, who face Hong Kong, Finland will be facing off against Mexico, and the Philippines, who lost 0-6 against China earlier today, face Germany in the losers bracket. And that's all coming to you next weekend. On the top side of the bracket, we've got 2 very nicely simmering matches for you next weekend in the winners bracket. Chile versus China, the 3rd place and winners in last year's the 2018 Catch World Cup. And then South Korea and France, 2 teams who are looking to put in a strong performance after not having the best performances in the World Cup last year. France in particular looking like a vastly different beast to their teams of previous years, with an amazing 6-2 victory over the US yesterday. They're looking strong. South Korea, obviously, as always, looking strong. 2 6-0 sweeps so far in the knockout stage. And then it'll be time for finals week. So it's really heating up now. There are no free passes. There are no easy matches. And for I think 8 of our remaining 12 teams, it's do or die. Loser goes home. So that's going to be it for matches, but we're going to be bringing the map pool showcase for the semi-finals to you straight away once everything has been set up on that end. So I'm just going to find out whether we're ready to go straight away or whether we need a little break. So do not go anywhere if you're ready to see next week's matches. Okay, so it looks like we will be going to a short break between 5 and 10 minutes whilst we set up the map pool showcase. So please do be patient, and hopefully we'll see you all still here in about 10 minutes time to see the next week's map pool showcase. Please feel free to grab something to eat, something to drink, stretch, and enjoy the sunshine if it's still bright and sunny out where you are. And yeah, we'll be back very shortly. Thank you very much for joining.
Ghost Machine.
Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to what will be the semi-final map pool showcase for the 2019 OSCatch World Cup. Once again, I am still JB Hyperion, and I am also still joined by Incandescence. Thank you for sticking around.
Yes,
You're a
we're
little bit
happy
of
to
a
see you
little bit of a
here.
catch mapper yourself, like dabbling in it now. How do you
Oh,
feel
yes.
about laying down the law on what some of these selections? Are you excited?
I'm definitely intrigued for sure. Catch mapping is a beast of its own to conquer, especially when you come from a simple mode editor like Taika, where you just plot notes literally anywhere you want. So definitely something different, and but I do enjoy catch mapping more. It's definitely more interesting, and especially on these higher level, even in general, as I've discussed with Sarton before. I enjoy catch as a mode more. I think it's a little more interesting, more fun, more engaging.
Well, let's get right into our selections for the semi-final OSCatch 2019 World Cup semi-final.
1 second.
1
Oh my
second.
God.
I'm waiting. 1 second.
yeah.
1 second.
I'll give
This
you
is the
the
longest
green light whenever
countdown.
we're ready. I'm just saying the volumes.
1/2. 3/4.
Are we doing hashtag blame Juan again?
7/8.
9/10, right?
Yep. We'll get up to 1/10,000th soon, like we were predicting with rolls. Are we good to go? I'm so eager. I want to get on. There's so many great maps to share with you guys. They're all hidden behind this lovely, beautiful splash screen. Lots of predictions coming out in chat. Great to see. I wonder if any of you will be right. There's the blame one. Outstanding. He's working hard. Give him a break.
He's doing his best. We love Juan.
I think you can listen to something now.
Yeah, you're getting a spoiler. If any of you recognize this one. And there it is, making only his second ever appearance in the Oscatch World Cup map pool. It's Mr. Magic Bomb with M2U's Marionette. We are returning to the M2U World Cup after we've seen their very prevalent artist in years previously. This is a map set that I have had the pleasure or maybe displeasure of playing a large number of times throughout the modding process. This is alternating between a very calm opening and kind of post-ki section, and a very intense bursting section in the ki with lots of doubles, lots of snapping anti-flow patterns, and some really strong jumps. This is going to be one for players who have great catcher control and are able to both stop and start moving very quickly after changing momentum.
There's definitely a lot of wiggling going on in this map.
Yeah, the first ki is throwing in a lot of these kind of 1/4 snaps to one side in a single direction, and it's later on going to bring in some kind of double tapping sections as well, where you have to kind of snap walk from one section to the next. Back into a calmer section now, but even this is pretty intense in its own right.
You have a fair bit of hyper change showing up now too.
We've got some more of these fairly long slide of velocity sections that we've seen very prevalent in this World Cup. Here are some of these double tapping sections I was talking about. These hypers are a lot stronger than they look. Very easy to overshoot some of those. And we do see a first drop in the very first pick. No Mod 1, traditionally the comfort pick. This is anything but comfortable. And if this is anything to be indicating the rest of the map pool, our players are going to be in for a treat. So there you have it. Marionette, M-Bombs Overdose, No Mod 1. No Mod 2 is going to be Crystal Specs Overdose on Camelia's Crystallized. This is a fairly recently ranked map, if I'm not mistaken, bringing together two of the most famous mappers in probably in Oscatch history, bringing together their two very trademark but very different styles. Spectator bringing in lots of kind of curved flow, smooth transitions between objects, and kind of more user-friendly jumps, whereas Crystal or CLSW or Minato Yukino or any of his other names you may know him as, bringing a lot more snapping transitions and denser kind of sections when the drum and bassy wub parts kick in. And this is also quite a bit longer at 4 1/4 minutes. Bringing in continuing the theme I didn't mention obviously in the Marionette pick because I was too busy gushing over how many times I played that map. Approach rate of 9.5, circle size of 4, and HP drain of 6. So there are some failable sections on this purely for how dense some of these patterns become. Is Camellia a particularly popular FA in Taiko in contestants?
Oh yes. Let me tell you, it's probably one of the most popular FAs in Taiko.
Insert any game mode, honestly.
Yeah.
I remember the announcement for Camellia FA. Was it around New Year's or Christmas?
Oh,
That was
I
quite
remember
funny.
that too. That was amazing.
Surprisingly, I haven't capitalized on the Camellia FA, but I haven't really been doing much mapping in recent weeks.
You've been training for CWC commentary.
Yes, that's exactly right. And I had to hit the books and study my World Cup history in regards to catch.
Well, you've done a fantastic job. Keep it up.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So we've seen a very calm opening section, a very dense buzz slider, streamy, bursty section. Now we get a little bit of a break as the players come into halfway. 9.5 approach rate isn't too high, so hopefully no one's going to get caught out by spacing on any of these, like the very kind of low density sections. This is still the calm section, believe it or not, despite what the slider velocity may have you believe. Slider velocity seeming to be a very recurring theme in the World Cup pools this year. It's becoming a massive part of the meta as people are learning to discover, hey, I can put sliders with hyperdashes now, so let's just teleport to the other side of the screen. Lots of anti-flow coming in, and you can tell that this is definitely a Minato Yukina section. Very different from the spectator section that we've seen previously. Lots of tricky tap dashing on sliders, and lots of anti-flow with strong hyperdashes thrown in. This is no mod to people asking in chat.
Remember to note that in this pool, because the matches are going to be best of 13, the pool gets a size increase, one for each mod.
So hidden hard rock and double time picks 1 and 2 are still going to be specifics. Number 4 in each pool is going to be a convert, and then number 3 we are told is a flexible pick, which I assume means that they'll pick one or the other. They'll depend depending on what they feel fits the pool.
Are we not going to talk about Juan's enthusiasm when saying the word flex?
Yes. Can't wait to see the pools, like the rest of the pool.
Well, you won't have to wait long, because it's coming up right after this. Another very calm outro section. You'd think that players at this level of difficulty would have absolutely zero problems with something like this, but nerves can get to you, and there's going to be one massive spinner at the end, which could see some small score differences overcome if there's one team that's much better at spinning than any other.
Are we ready for the next one? I love the next one.
An interesting pick, the next one, because once again, it's another mapper that is making their first ever appearance, I think, in the Catch World Cup. It's going to be Zizix, a very well-known mapper of like 7 to 9 star kind of overdoses. I don't think they've ever tried to push anything really for rank, but they're a very kind of prolific mapper of very higher level difficulties, Deluge and such. And this is one of those Suck Ducks Me and You forever difficulty. CS of 4, approach rate of 9.6, so we're toning that up just ever so slightly, and a star rating of 6.06. This is kind of fairly consistent with the current meta of OS catch mapping. Again, we see a few more of those kind of high slider velocity sections and some snappy 1-4 hypers. So despite the fact that Zizix is not someone who makes beat maps for rank necessarily, maybe just preferring not to map kind of lower diffs or kind of obtaining any kind of realistic spread, this one is a 2 minutes and 40 seconds of patterns that a lot of players will be fairly comfortable with that are playing at this kind of level. Hey James, not mine. Well, unfortunately you can't get your maps in every pool. Got to give some spotlight to newer mappers. Take it up with the selectors, there's a map pool feedback channel. So we had one short pick and one long pick. This one's going to be settling fairly kind of in the middle, just under 3 minutes. This is going to be a kind of consistency-based pick, similar to the last one, but quite a bit less technical than the Crystal Spec Overdose. So a little bit maybe more of a comfort pick to players at this level of difficulty that are very familiar with patterns like these.
It's a nice song.
It is actually, yeah. A very outstanding song. Well mixed. Lots of kind of variation between the kind of the doubles being thrown in.
Imagine
punchy
everybody.
vocals being given those long sliders.
Imagine everybody remembers the UK versus US grand final on this. When Bubble Man got the FC. I don't remember. I don't know if you remember or if you saw it.
I'm being like memories are reforming in my head.
50 points, man. 50 points.
It's been a little while, but the flashbacks are returning. So we've seen 2 misses in the first 2, but Ken scoring a nice double S on that one. These maps are possible, guys. Trust us. And coming up next is a map that I predicted will be in the map pool for a long time, finally making its appearance. DJ Toto's Shoujo Alisto Hakoniwa Genso Concerto. FD Fluorite making another appearance in the map pool, throwing some of her own trademark styles on the map pool. And this one is going to be, as you may have already seen, hyper dashless. No hyper dashes anywhere to be seen in this difficulty, the White Queen Overdose difficulty. I was asked to test play this earlier in the year, and I gave it a few attempts. My laptop was not quite up to the scratch, but it was a very fun map nonetheless. So again, this one is going to be featuring a lot of, well, like I said, I was about to say a lot of non-hypers, but all non-hypers, not a single one in sight, no red fruits anywhere to be seen in the just under 2 minutes of gameplay on offer in this one. CS of 4.2, so slightly smaller than the ones we've seen so far, but an approach rate of 9, so a little bit kind of slower on the approach rate front than we have seen. Ben saying, I literally called it. I've been saying this will be in the map pool sometime. I thought it might be in the quarterfinals, but semi-finals is where it's making its appearance. Maybe Fluorite's made this one a little harder than I remember it. So this is harking back to some of the edge dash maps from times gone by, like Destruct, but appearing in the no mod pool this time rather than hidden. This one quite a little bit harder and slightly longer than those. Very cool song though.
Yeah, the focus of this map is definitely going to be catcher control.
Yeah, can players balance fruit on the edge of their plate without overshooting? Because there's no hypers that guarantee that you get to the next note, any kind of over dashing for one thing makes the next object so much more difficult to catch. So there are our 4 specifics from the no mod pool. We're moving on to our 2 converts. This is Camilla Feet Nanahiro's Amor de Varao, mapped by Kuron-kun, a very well-known standard mapper, former BMAP nominator and quality assurance team member, and now global moderation team member. I think he's done a little bit of everything, and he's now making his appearance in the Catch World Cup, which is obviously the most prominent accolade in his illustrious career. So Camellia making their second appearance, this time with Nanahira in tow. Circle size of 4, approach rate of 9.6, an HP drain of 5, so allowing players a little bit more opportunity to slip up and not fail. And a shorter drain time again of 1 minute and 50 seconds. BPM of 138 is going to be offset by a huge density spike compared to some of the stuff that we've seen previously. This definitely does feel like a kind of BPM kind of double section with some 1/8 and 1/4 thrown in very liberally, sorry, I can't even speak, and some buzz sliders. This kind of reminds me of like Papaya Par that we've seen in some of the previous World Cups. It has that similar kind of punchy, upbeat feel.
Yeah, I agree. Papaya Pot was a legend, though.
Cool, nice little rest period. But it very rapidly descends back into some 1/2 jump spam. Do not want to be resting easy on that one at all. Some of these buzz sliders on the 1/8 are just horizontal enough to make stacking and plate walking difficult. I don't think we'll be seeing anyone try and wiggle them, but it's definitely something that if you don't have great precision on your catcher placement, you could be seeing some drops there. So 5 no mod picks down, just 1 remains, and we'll have wrapped up our no mod pool for the semi-final. And it's going to be a 3rd Camellia map, unbelievably. Professional Boxes Kodama, the Kevin Sailor's extra difficulty. This is a background I've seen before on a catch map, but I can't quite remember which one it was. Circle size of 4, approach rate of 9.4, an HP drain of 6, and a drain time of 3 minutes and 30. So this is the consistency pick from the Convert no mod selection. BPM of 175, so quite a bit faster. Nice little calm introduction to start here. Have we overdosed on Camellia?
Yeah, I think we may have overdone it on the Camellia.
3 Camellia maps.
Camellia World Cup? It's in CWC.
I mean, at least the acronym still holds, if that's the case, yeah. We had High School Musical World Cup, we had M2U World Cup, we've had Bang Dream World Cup, was briefly a thing at the beginning of this year's group stage. Some of these 1/4 jumps look very punishing, especially the ones where one of them is hyper dash and the next one is a regular dash. That's going to take some serious catcher control. Again, some more plate walking buzz sliders that could catch some players out if their balance is not on point. Some of those high slider velocity sections as well that kind of curve the wrong way. Hopefully no one kind of prioritizes droplets over the larger fruits to maintain combo here, like they may have done in some of the more sensible group stage picks. Because this is definitely one that I don't expect many people will be able to secure a full combo on.
Not as long as Crystallized, but also pretty long, almost 4 minutes.
Yeah, 3
So
minutes
there's
and 30 of
lots
drain
of-
time with this little break in the middle.
So if your prediction of being a hard map to FC does reign true, two very closely matched teams like Chile and China, that we might see that this map could go back and forth between those two teams quite a bit.
Yeah, this is definitely a pick, I think, that's going to see a lot of fluctuating on the scoreboard, depending on just who that 1 or 2 people are at the time that can hold a good combo. So these Karma sections don't look too punishing, but when we bring back the 1/4 sliders again, at this BPM it's just kind of high enough to make edge dashes difficult, but also make it so that hyper dashes are generated very infrequently. A lot of tricky direction changes on this kind of ending section here. Players are going to have to try and force themselves not to catch everything in the center of the plate, I think, because otherwise it's going to make coming back for the second and third notes very difficult. Some high slider velocity stuff thrown in, even in the converts, definitely becoming a recurring theme here. Map selectors wanting to see the desire of that skill particularly being tested, but that's going to be it for our no mod pool, 6 maps down. Moving on to hidden, and as Juan mentioned earlier on in the showcase, there will be 4 maps in each of the mod bracket pools from now on, since our matches will be best of 13, and the first one is going to be a fairly recently uploaded map by our selector Dave, Alt Mirabelle from Grand Thor. So this one's going to feature a circle size of 4.2, an approach rate of 9.2, and a drain time of 2 minutes 30, so fairly middling as far as length goes. The key kind of concerns here are going to be that there's a lot of BPM changes, where this is a piano piece that kind of picks up and slows down very kind of in variations throughout. Most of the song will be featuring this kind of about 150 to 160 BPM kind of pace that you're currently seeing. And yeah, wiggles, as you can see, kind of very frequently already in the map are going to be on the menu in abundance here in this one, which is going to make balancing the catcher very difficult with hidden. You can see the BPM variation in this introductory section. Very regular. This is quite mean for a hidden selection to have so many BPM changes, especially early on. That's going to be one to really unsettle the nerves. Lots of wiggling combined with kind of snappy hypers and some kind of little wiggling stream sections, which was very prevalent in La Sylphida, the hidden map from the quarterfinal pool, that was banned a fair amount. So it'll be interesting to see if this also suffers the same fate, or if other more difficult maps have overtaken it. As we can see, there's a little held dash wiggling section there. See, as a hidden player representing the UK, and now with the UK being out of the tournament, it's picks like this that make me breathe a little sigh of relief that I'm no longer required in the tournament, because that requires some serious catcher precision. Very cool patterns, but not sure it's something I would enjoy playing too much with hidden. Hidden number 2 is going to feature one of our commentators, not a map selector map this time. This one is Chicken Bible's Drop Pop Candy from Real, a very cool, very funky song, but also an incredibly short one, coming in at just 1 minute and 36 seconds, and also with a BPM of just 130. This one is going to be back to the lower approach rate reading challenges that we saw very commonly in the group stage and the round of 16, with maps like Donor Song, True Eyes, and Brandbuna Melody. CS of 5 and an approach rate of 8.2. So it's interesting that the map selectors have left this for the semi-final, because if you remember back to 2018, we saw one of my maps, Kanashimi no Mukagawa, which was CS5 and AL 8.2, and that was in the group stage pool. So selectors have maybe learned that that one was just a little bit too tough for group stages, and have decided to throw it in a bit later in the pool. This is also a little bit more difficult in terms of being another selection that offers no hyper dashes. So this is becoming a little bit of a feature in the semi-final selection, one in the no mod and one in the hidden. So we're combining 3 very difficult things on hidden here: small circles, low approach rates, and lack of hyper dashes.
So hard to play without the hypers. It's so much harder to like catch the fruits precisely. Like you said previously, if you overshoot eventually, it's gonna be really hard to recover from it. It's gonna be
hyper dash is good to kind of reset your momentum because you know that you'll get to the next note. You really do not have that kind of that boost with a non-hyper dash map. So it's really a test, even on short maps like that, for players who have consistency over balancing their catcher more precisely than others. Two specifics down, and it will be a convert for our third hidden pick, the flex pick, which Juan is so excited to mention.
Flex.
This one's going to be circle size of 5 and an approach rate of 8, so hope you're noticing a recurring theme here of small circles and low approach rates. This one's also going to have a drain time of 1 minute 30, so very much on the lower side.
This one featuring hyper dashes, though.
This one is featuring hyper dashes, yes, but it's also going to be combining those hyper dashes with some very strong, large 1/2 jumps.
I swear, every time I see DJ Yoshitaka, I only listen to this song, but different remixes or different versions. Like they all sound this. I don't know why.
Circle size in this one is 5 to someone who's asking. This is a 2010 standard map. So combines very high slider velocity, which, although kind of uncommon at the time, is very prevalent in the current meta. Very large 1/2 jumps, some of which are hyper dashes, some of which are not, as you saw one there that was a large kind of hyper dash into anti-flow, combined with a screen jump that was not.
This is from 9 years ago, man. Time flows.
I was nowhere even close to finding out about this game at this stage, so I don't feel quite as old as I usually do.
I was pretty close. Like I'm 8 years old-ish in this game, I guess. So this was right before I joined. I might even have this map actually. I have to check. But anyways, only one more hidden remaining. The fourth one is it.
It is one hidden pick remaining, and this one we know is going to be a convert. And it's going to be a very cool song, one that I have played multiple times. Maybe not this difficulty, but definitely an interesting song that a lot of players will be familiar with. It's going to be Zai's Mirage Garden, the Charles difficulty. And if anyone in Catch is a fan of staircase patterns, like anti-flowing kind of sliders and wiggles, this is the map for you. We saw a few of them in Dave's Alt Mirabelle, the Grand 4 map, earlier on in the Hidden Pool, but this one is going to feature them in trademark convert style. CS of 4, approach rate of 9, and this one also features a much longer drain time of 3 minutes and 49 seconds. You feeling the spice on this one already?
Oh man, I love it. I can see. Like, at first, I was thinking, okay, this is probably gonna be like the most popular hidden pick, and then that happened. Like I don't know how it's called because I'm not really extremely familiar with the names of the parents in Catch. But the moment that you have to like go back and forth, like wiggle,
yeah.
With hidden, it is for me extremely complicated to read. I imagine hidden would not have that much of an issue.
It really is. It's difficult enough when it's done on specific Catch maps, but of course this is a convert, so you just know there's going to be some of those where they have hyper dashes and some of them where they don't have hyper dashes. And I'm pretty sure if the hyper difficulty, which is the one below this that I've played quite a bit, is anything to go by, there'll be some of those combined together in Final Key Eye in particular. Even the calm sections on this map have some huge 1/2 jumps that just seem to pop up out of nowhere.
Like that. Okay.
Yep, just like that.
Some of them are not hypers either. Like that's really rude. I mean, it doesn't seem to be a problem for Ken, honestly, but
Yeah, he's putting in some serious work, this map pool.
pretty calmer section here. But again, as you said, the calm sections are not really that calm, I guess. Like you can't really lose your focus here. You have to pay close attention regardless, because there's some like little spaces that look longer than what it should be because of the calm. And
Yeah, absolutely.
you just
It's one
stop
of those periods where
you
you need
miss.
to be focusing on building your combo back up, but it's helpful in that way that you don't kind of switch off in the calm section and relax and maybe kind of result in a miss. But some of these kind of 1/2 kind of jumps into anti-flow are really punishing. There's a lot of these sliders that are in the middle of streams that just completely face the wrong way that are really painful to play. Looks like my prediction might not have quite come to fruition, basing this on the other difficulties in this map set. The kind of ending doesn't look... Maybe, well, I was about to say that I cursinated it by throwing in some kind of double anti-flow non-hyper pattern, but I was about to say before that the ending didn't look maybe quite as evil as some of the earlier parts of the map. Good to see that it's keeping me on my toes even when there are no players to cursinate.
Okay, that ending is quite challenging, I'd say. Like the very end of the map. Like the hypers make it a little bit easier eventually, but when you have like 2 or 3 in a row, like it eventually happens, it can get pretty tricky. I can see some players like going far away, like over dashing.
Not even 1-3-3-7 combo. Sort it out, Ken.
SMH.
Oh well, 4 hard rock hidden picks even concluded, and we're moving on to the hard rock selections. Hopefully, again, we'll be getting into this. And yes, first up, Hellblinder's Grief and Malice Madness difficulty. This is a map that should be very familiar to nearly anyone who has ever played catch, even kind of in passing at this level of difficulty. This is a very famous loved map. Yeah, like the song in particular is a very famous song. And QRA's map set of this is one that is thrown around a lot in multi-lobbies, in practice sessions. I think it's currently loved.
It's loved, yes.
It's now loved, yep. So maybe you've not tested this one with hard rock, but you should definitely be familiar with this one as a song perspective.
Obviously AR10 here.
It's pretty much kind of a given at this point, so there's not going to be too many picks in the hard rock pool that fall below AR10. Everything hitting that ceiling, as long as it's AR kind of 7 or above. It's fairly standard otherwise. Circle size of 5.2 with hard rock, and an HP drain of 8.4, so high but not kind of hideously so. It could be a problem later on in the map where some kind of 1/8 streams make an appearance.
I kind of want to compare this with Days a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but maybe not structure wise, but that kind of hard rock map that seems to be like harder than expected, but because it's such a famous map or overplayed map, it kind of justifies itself in spots in the hard rock.
It's definitely something that's kind of more well known than some other things that have been seen in previous pools. I'm not sure how played this map in particular will have been with hard rock on account of the fact that it's loved. It's a much more recent map, even though it has been around for a kind of a long time. It's not quite as old as Days. Coming into the kind of patterns now, like it's going to be difficult to see how players balance some of these 1/8 streaming sections because a lot of them are constructed with circles, and we know Hard Rock tends to do funny business with circle crafted Hard Rock streams. Thankfully, like mercifully almost, this map is quite heavy on hyperdashes anyway, so there aren't too many instances where jumps kind of get downgraded from hyperdashes to edge dashes, or where strong normal jumps just randomly become edge dashes. So for the most part, flow is still kind of looking fairly sensible. And one of the selectors' comments is, we tried to find a QRA Hard Rock map that is not broken. So yeah, you can tell they've put some effort into finding something to accommodate an excellent mapper, QRA, but one that has not seen too much kind of showcase on the World Cup stage. They've obviously been looking for something of his for a long time and have finally found that perfect selection, and Grief and Malice is that one. Got a nice 1/2 jumping section at the end without too much streaming going on. Definitely more of a consistency selection towards the end here.
At this point, you expect players to do well on that ending for sure. Maybe on the lower side of the bracket, this might be not so popular as a pick.
It's getting to that stage where there's so many difficult picks, there's no kind of like easy ban anymore. And we're not even halfway through the non-no mod selections yet. There's plenty more to come, and talking about kind of old maps, this one is taking it a trip even further down memory lane. Mr. Saturn's Saturn, the Overdose difficulty, and when you see that Overdose difficulty name, you know that a certain Ursa is making their appearance at the World Cup map pool. This is a very famous...
beat man by Saturn a lot.
I know, right? You can almost tell that he picked this song for that reason.
Amazing.
This is a 2011 map set, but was ranked very early in 2014. Has an approach rate of 10, obviously, a circle size of 5.2. And just as we were talking about like HP drain not being kind of too problematic, this one's the small matter of 9.8. Any misses on this are going to be punished severely. Even though this is only kind of 1 3/4 minutes long, it's very punishing and tiring to read. And the flow follows that very much an older style that was very common in Ursa, Steven, and Dave maps of the time. I don't think anyone wants to be memorizing this one completely, but if that's the only way you can avoid failing, then so be it.
I mean, you can always ban it, I guess, but yeah,
like I said, you
probably
can't
don't
ban
want to waste
everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is quite a short map, so if you are kind of good at memorizing trickier patterns here and there, and you can say like, right, there's only 2 or 3 parts that I have to memorize, then this is maybe something that you feel more comfortable leaving open, or maybe even picking. But this is definitely one that I think we'll see a lot of picks backfiring on if it does get selected, because this is going to be one that's very easy to make a few simple misses on. And because the combo is so short, if you don't get up to that 200 combo and you kind of keep missing every like 100 or 150 combo or so, your score is going to take a massive hit.
Yeah, that plus the psychological pressure of this mapping 9.8 HP, knowing that you can't really afford to find a couple breaks in a row, because that will drain your HP completely. So even hitting the 200 combo cap, as hard as it is on a short map like this, you have to pay careful attention not to fail the map at any point. And that's going to affect some performances. Some nerves are going to get in the way.
Absolutely. So Hard Rock number 3 is up next, and this one is also going to be a convert, and it's back to my Japanese kind of training school, Jipusu's Mushikui Sakide Rhythm, an RLC difficulty. And interestingly, our map pool selectors are no longer going to be offering us the replays on this one. This is going to be from Norwegian player, very prolific player, Groex.
Shout outs to him.
Shout outs to Groex. Obviously, Norway eliminated in the group stages this year, so he's found himself with not too much to do. But he's throwing a helping hand to our map pool selectors in showcasing what I imagine will be a very difficult pick. CS of 5.2, as with all the previous picks so far, and a approach rate of 10. HP of 8.4, so again, very hard, but not kind of brutally instant fail. This one has a BPM of 210, so a lot of these jumps are going to come to you very quickly. Some of this is going to require some memorization, but I think to a more kind of standard kind of hard rock player who's
just like the consistency pick.
This is a consistency pick that they would be a little bit more comfortable with. It's a popular song that many people who play hard rock will have seen before. But there's going to be a lot of awkward 1/2 jump distances that are going to catch people out. Some very easy to undershoot because they're deceptively large. Some of them actually deceptively kind of small, where even though there's a strong sound that you've been kind of tempted to jump very strongly to, you can get caught out and overshoot on.
I played this map so much on standard. It's a pretty popular one. On catch, I think I actually played it too, but not hard rock, obviously. Like, I'm not that good, unfortunately. And still, like, even though I like to play Combat, I still don't get how people can be so good at this type of map. It feels like such a completely different word.
It's very kind of unintuitive for someone who's never seen them before, but considering that for the first like 4 years of OsCatch, converts were all that existed, some players who are still around from that time have grown up on playing converts and have decided to carry on doing so. There's still vastly more kind of convert picks available out there than there are specifics, so it is kind of their preferred style and it's very normal to them. But saying that, as Rampage just mentioned in chat, this is a map that has been ranked for over 6 years now, May 2013, and it has never been Hard Rock FC'd. There is one Hard Rock performance in the top 50 leaderboard. It's a 2 miss from Chicken Bible, 170 notes from the end. There are no other Hard Rock plays in the top 50. So will we see finally a Hard Rock FC on this one in the warm-up to the kind of semi-finals? Will we see an FC in the actual match that won't count because it'll be on the tournament server?
In all honesty, Groex did really well on this. He only had 2 misses, and I don't know what to expect from players at this on this particular map. Like you said, FCs are quite unlikely to happen, but I don't think this is a map that we will see like many misses on. It's just like the chokes are gonna happen due to the length of it and consistency being the main thing tested here.
I agree. Alostis FC incoming. The predictions are already out.
Oh man.
Lots of Fs for Chicken Bible as well. Our 4th and final
I feel you.
pick. Sakusio's imprinting another very famous song.
How would that sink it?
Several mapping contests previously. Ken back on form for this one though. So similar to the 3 previous selections in the Hard Rock pool for the semi-finals, approach rate of 10, circle size of 5.2. This one has an HP of 7, so it's slightly smaller and a bit more lenient than some of our previous picks. Was this used in a past World Cup? I'm not sure about this map, but this song has definitely been in World Cups before. I'm convinced of that. It's very popular. It's been in mapping contests, it's been in playing tournaments. You will definitely have heard of this one. BPM of 175, and like, whilst a lot of previous maps we've seen have had lots of kind of slider stream patterns where Hard Rock doesn't mess up the kind of stream patterns too much, this one's going to have some very annoying kind of circle streams on the 1/4 rhythm, which are going to get very awkward with Hard Rock. And some of these are going to feature kind of hyperdash sections between them. Some of them are not, just for added meanness. This is not quite as old as some of the picks we have seen previously. I think this one is coming to you from late 2015. Just under 2 minutes in length, so again, it's going to be a bit more of a burstier pick that focuses on can anyone build a high combo and hold it there for as long as possible. Outside of the 1/4 rhythm kind of hyperchain sections like that, there's lots of less dense parts as well. So this is a good kind of test of a variety of skill sets. Who can hold their nerve balancing those streams at the end there? Going to be very easy to overshoot some of those, I feel.
And that's it for Hard Rock.
Just one mod remains. Double time is up, and it's going to be Chaji Hyun LDN Noise My Show. I think this is Korean, if I'm not mistaken. Fancy difficulty, mapped by Olapu, who is I want to say an old CTB or OSCatch mapper that has returned fairly recently, but may seem to have left again. He's been under the name Kandai Sa in previous years for people who may have been around from that time. I'm not sure if he's still mapping, but he has ranked a few kind of sets in the kind of recent past. K-pop time. We're back to some K-pop. We haven't had much recently, but it's back on the menu. It's going to be a circle size of 3.8, so slightly larger than some other things that we've seen. An approach rate of 8.7, which becomes 10.1 with double time. And a drain time with double time of just under 2 minutes. This one's going to have a BPM with double time of about 190. A little bit of variation towards the ending, but nothing kind of too drastic. I think this is a fairly kind of standard no mod selection. Features lots of kind of snapping transitions, a few streaming parts, some anti-flow, and some nice smooth curved sliders, which give you additional leniency with double time. Still plenty of time for overshooting there, as Ken demonstrating. In some ways, this reminds me a lot of Heavenly Blue from the previous pool, except faster, a bit snappier, and obviously a lot shorter. But the flow still retains that kind of very clean flow, not too many like individually tricky patterns that pop out like over anything else. But it's definitely going to be something that tests stamina and consistency over the course of the kind of 2 minutes of playtime of this one. We could see some FCs carrying on this one, I think, from some of the stronger double time teams. Oh goodness, we got some more epic names.
Yonaka Jika. I cannot see the letter. Jikanu? Jikaru. Oh no.
We've completely butchered this one. After watching you completely kind of fall flat on your face at that one, I'm not even going to try. This is a rain difficulty mapped by Examination, who is now known as Yumino Himiko. So this must be one of his older maps, probably from like the 2015 era. Circle size of 4, approach rate of 9, so 10.3 with double time. Something that quite a lot of players at this level of difficulty should be, like maybe not wholly comfortable with, but at least have some experience in. Again, with drain time, this one filters down to about 2 minutes. But with double time,
this is so fast. It's like 10.3.
Yeah. This is 10.3, yeah. Only a little bit faster than the previous selection. It's mad to say that 10.3 is comfortable to some players at this level of difficulty, but people who are trying to cut their teeth at double time, then you have to start on rains, and most rains fall into that AR9 region. With the double time, this one is only 140 BPM, but the style is more of a double BPM style, so this does feel quite a bit faster than that suggests.
Hey, this is 280. This is not 140 in my eyes.
They lie!
I mean, we can just change the VPN to half and call that is like 70 VPN.
I don't
think that's how it works, but you can. Tamaki no Yumi ne. Naga wa Maria mae kawaru. Close
He's
enough.
done it, boys and girls. He gets a pass.
Yay. I remember when we picked Hallelujah on Mania World Cup before, and Halogen was one of the commentators back then, had to pronounce the name, which had like 4 different C,
Oh goodness.
and that was fun. That was extremely fun. Of course, as soon as he finished, I said, "Can you repeat that again?" I didn't listen, and he
That's
just like,
mean.
"No, I'm not doing that again." It's always cool to see commentators butcher names.
Oh, I do it well enough most of the time, so I wouldn't. I like butchering the names of the Polish players, and
Oh, man.
they always have amazing renames before World
Taiwan.
Cups. That
I don't know
Taiwan
if
have
you
some
know.
interesting ones as well. Yeah. Cerebro's Me one that is just a little bit easier to pronounce than the previous one. Speed up version is our third double time pick, and sorry, I might have missed it previously. What type of pick is this one? The third mod pick.
Flex!
The flex pick.
Yeah,
So-
boy.
We were told that flex was either convert or specific, but it seems like all of them happen to be converts this time around. So maybe we'll have to wait until the finals pool to find out what kind of converts were thrown into that flex pick role. This one is going to be mapped by Airy, a very prolific standard and Taiko mapper who has a couple of ranked catch difficulties if I'm not mistaken. A circle size of 3.5, so a little bit bigger and more lenient than some maps that we've seen previously. An approach rate of 8.5, which goes to a nice round 10 with double time, and an HP of 5, so very lenient on that front. BPM with double time hits up to 217. And similar to the Yasuda Ray map, the long map that we saw in the quarterfinal pool, this one is very much focused on 1/2 jumping with a couple of snappier 1/4 jumps thrown in as well. It's not quite as long as that pick, but it is considerably faster.
We can say that this map is quite memey.
It's quite memey.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some fun
holding
commenting.
so long. I didn't want to interrupt you.
You've been waiting like the whole minute to be unleashing that one. I'm
much.
sorry. I gotta get
That's
my
fine.
stats out. I gotta get my
fine.
stats.
That's the point of the showcase anyway.
If anyone wants to count how many me's there are in this song before next week's matches, then please do feel free to do so. You'll be quite insane, but I will give you some kudos points.
How about you have to count it on the chat, right? Next time we see this pick on the street, we see like the meme counter.
Yep. So one map to go before we hit our tiebreaker, and it's double time. Number 4, Touch Music Circles Oreiku Third Desire, mapped by Kite, a famous standard mapper. This is going to be very different to the previous double time picks that we've seen, in that it has a slower approach rate at only 9.67, so AR8 double time, something that almost everyone should be familiar with who has even a passing kind of play ability in double time. But the difficulty of this one is small fruits, circle size 5 being thrown into the double time pool for the first time. A drain time of just under 2 minutes means that this is somewhat a burst pick, but like compared to some of the stuff that we've at least seen in the quarterfinals pool, which were very kind of marathon stamina intensive, this one is very speedy, very dense, and is going to be very focused on kind of balancing the catcher on some of these doubling and streaming patterns.
Yeah, those doublets were, I mean, not doublets. They feel like doublets because of double tap. those are really, really tricky to get. Like the precision required to get those right is pretty high. They look really, really challenging.
Some of these streams that require like just walking patterns look so simple, but when you're throwing in double time on a BPM of 267 that this is with double time, it is so punishing. And these vertical patterns, when combined with like tap hyper dashing, they're so easy to overshoot. This is a very mean pick, especially considering the small circle size. What that pattern was, I have no idea. That was horrible. 267 BPM, like tap hyper dashing with no direction changes. Wow. If you're playing against a team with competent double time players next weekend, this is one that you don't want anything to do with, I feel.
Someone like Chile, I guess.
Chile, China definitely have players that can compete on double time at that level, yeah. So here we go. We've completed 6 no mods and 4 in each of our mod brackets. It's time for the tiebreaker hype.
Oh
Who's
yeah,
predicted it? We've seen some people who are very close.
I saw some people being very close, yeah, too. I actually say that one got it right, but we'll see now. The tiebreaker, GVH, ready to introduce it?
I'm absolutely ready. Take it away. It is Dragon Force's Symphony of the Night, Crowley making another appearance in this round. And hopefully, this pick won't be so universally despised as his hard rock pool. He's correct. It is Seasons 2 for the tiebreaker. We've got another 5 minutes coming to you of Dragon Force for, I think, potentially the first time in Catch World Cup. We've been very focused on kind of like streamy rhythm game music and some featured artists and stuff in previous pools. But this is going to be some just flat out old school hardcore speed metal for you. Streams for quite literally, well, if it wasn't 5 minutes long, I would say streams for days. So I'll say streams for 5 minutes. With a circle size of 4.4, an approach rate of 9.6. HP drain of 7, but hopefully we don't see any fails in this one. For players at this difficulty should be able to balance streaming patterns like this without too much difficulty. And a BPM of 177. But I mean, what a hype song to be bringing for tiebreaker.
Oh,
an
really
excellent map.
Honestly, if you're at this point, if you had to play this tiebreaker, the adrenaline that you will be feeling combined with the hype of this song is probably just going to produce really good results. I mean, the nerves are still going to be kicking, but I'll be one of those players who will love to play a tiebreaker like this. Like,
I haven't seen any tiebreakers since the group stage, and I'm now more excited than ever, and I hope we do see one. There are some very close matchups lurking in that, both the winners bracket and the losers bracket. In fact, like South Korea, France looks like to be a hugely So the South Korea just look very strong. So Taiwan and Hong Kong looking to have an epic clash in the losers bracket, do or die for them next week. Germany looking very strong against the Netherlands, and I think Philippines are slotting into that slot that is currently unmarked. So that'll be a good match again between two teams that topped their groups. And Poland, unfortunately, had farewell being bidded to them. Mexico looking very strong against Finland, who also put in a great performance. That's going to be a great clash between two good Hard Rock teams. I'm looking forward to that one also. So
Mexico Finland is gonna be great as well. And then the winner between these two, that's gonna be insane. Philippines Germany, the winner against the winner of Finland and Mexico. That will be quite the match. I mean, those three are already pretty exciting. This is a chance for Mexico to be top 6 actually. Like, I feel they have a pretty good shot at beating these three teams.
Or like all teams now have to feel like this is their best shot. Like the landscape is so evenly matched. There are no there's not really anyone apart from maybe the US who are thinking like, oh, we've got an easier matchup than some other teams. Everyone else knows they have to perform at their best if they want to get through. So they are your matchups for next week. And if you have a favorite team that you want to support and show your undying love for, you can buy some glorious profile banners in the OS store for $2.50 a pop. They will be visible for your chosen country until the end of the tournament. And if you pick the winning country, I think you get to keep that banner a little longer to say, hey, look, guys, I picked the winners. I knew what I was talking about. If you maybe don't prefer supporting a individual team and you want to play a little bit of manager with all the teams together, then Hello Watcher has set up an excellent Pick'ems tournament that hopefully Puffbuck will be able to drop a link for in the chat, where basically you can predict the winners of every match remaining in the tournament. You get points for predicting the correct victor, and you get bonus points if you get the scoreline correct as well. That one's hotting up nicely. I was actually in first at the beginning of this quarterfinal stage, but I think I got 2 matches wrong this time, so some people may have slinked past me. Sweden, I was predicting a great result for them, but they didn't quite manage to sneak past Brazil, unfortunately.
Brazil was looking so strong. Honestly, I was not expecting that.
But anyway, yep. Please make sure to follow the channel and follow us on Twitter as well to get updates and notifications for when we go live. Schedule for next week's semi-final stage, both the winners bracket and the losers bracket, will be coming to you, a wiki near you very soon, so stay tuned to that if you want to find out exactly when we'll be going live next week. And I think that about wraps us up for another fantastic week of fruit catching, wouldn't you say, One?
Oh, definitely. I think that's it. Not much left to say. I mean, if we are missing anything, it's gonna be on the wiki anyway, so always check that if you're looking for
if we missed anything, you can shout at us in the Twitch chat. Well, we don't mind.
Oh, for sure. But hey, next weekend is looking pretty exciting. I'm really curious to see which teams are gonna be on the top 6. I mean, of course, the winners bracket is already decided, but the losers bracket is quite the shark pit now. A lot of great teams are in there already, and it's gonna be quite a fight now for that podium stop that everyone is looking for, like the prize pools and all that. But hey, it's been great. Good weekend. Probably better weekend even, expecting us next time. And I'm looking forward for it. I hope you are as well. And we'll see you next weekend then for the semi-finals of the Catch.
I'm absolutely looking forward to it. You know I'll be back. Thank you very much for your commentary and for streaming, One. Thank you very much for commentary Incandescence. I know you've been still lurking here quietly, soaking up the map pool showcase and the review, but thank you very much for commentating that last match with me. Anything else you want to say before we head off?
Is it 194 or is it 196? That's the real question.
Yeah, we're trying to.
You have
we're still trying to figure that out.
You have a week to decide. Is it 194 Mies or 196 Mies? And with that me, we will leave you and bid you farewell. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. You've been fabulous, as always. We'll see you all around here next week for more fantastic, furious fruit-catching action in the 2019 Oscatch World Cup semi-final stage. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.